He said they were left under his windshield wiper in the parking lot of our dorm building.
The rest of your life is gonna be scary. Every noise you hear when you at home gonna trip you out. That is some creepy. But it is whenever I visit. We in the city. You blowing me kisses. No. 30 degrees, way too cold, so hold me tight. Look, I'm listening to my drink, so I'm in my feelings a little bit again. All right, but look, peep this though. So it's not even Halloween yet, and I'm like so excited. Like with the amount of horror stuff I'm getting right now, I'm coming back to my horror channel. Freaking, I'm loving the new season of American Horror Story. I don't know how many of you are watching it or liking it, but yo, I am freaking loving it, dude. And freaking Chucky's coming out. Oh my gosh, dude, there's so much horror going on. But either way it go, brother, check out 4 bone-chilling true Halloween stories by the homie Mr.Nightmare. Why don't you guys read your video? Link will be in the description below. Let's go. Well, my favorite time of the year.
My group of friends and I went to a local county haunted house attraction. It was by the edge of town. It opened every October of every year. It sat right by the woods appropriately and had 3 attractions: the main haunted house, a corn maze, and a haunted trail through the woods.
That must sound lit too.
I guess I'll name my friends now: Rod, James, and Bud. That's not his real name, that's just his nickname. We started with the haunted house, which was decently high quality and had a few good scares. Then we made our way to the corn maze. It started out kind of slow, just a lot of turns through the corn we'd have to make.
Big head ass.
But then the scary antics began. A guy dressed as a freaky scarecrow man emerged from the corn and screamed at us, causing us to scream as well. He started to chase after us and we ran.
Boy, yeah.
I was in the back, of course, and the scarecrow was right behind me.
And that's the scariest feeling, because you be feeling like somebody's like about to grab your neck like this. I swear, if you're in the back, it makes you even faster. Pause. Because you gonna have that feeling like somebody's about to grab you, so you be trying to run up real like hella faster. Like you would not leave. I kid you not. You would not even if we were not scared, you would not beat me in a race. I'll put that on everything you want. Let's watch the video, cause
I was in the back, of course, and the scarecrow was right behind me. Even knowing it's just a paid actor, you have this innate fear of something chasing after you, where you just feel like you have to run away.
Yup.
Somehow, through the thrill of running away through the corn, I lost all of my friends. It seemed like all of us ran in different directions. I lost the scarecrow man, though, and got back to the trail between the crops. This is where the nightmare began.
Watch.
I called and yelled and screamed for my friends as I made wrong turn after wrong turn. They never called back. In fact, it seemed there were no other visitors in sight. I had to finish the maze by myself. What choice did I have?
Man, just go back.
I walked and walked for what felt like 20 minutes. Then I heard bustling in the corn in front of me. I slowed my pace and kind of tiptoed past the noise, but it was pointless. Something reached out from the corn and grabbed my wrist and squeezed it tight.
Ooh, I'd have bit this shit.
I actually cried out in pain and yelled, "Stop, you're hurting me." I was actually in shock how hard this paid actor was squeezing my wrist.
Cause it's
Then
real.
He tried pulling me into the crops.
Cause they don't touch you.
I didn't see who it was. I just saw his hand and arm, covered by a black coat sleeve and black glove.
I'd have bit the hell out
I yanked
that
myself out from the grip and back.
I be saying bite a lot. Don't get me wrong. I hella fight. But biting people hurts and it's pain, and you could lock a grip on somebody. And they gonna have to let go. If you grab me and I just bit the hell, you can be and it's gonna hurt, bro.
Black coat sleeve and black glove. I yanked myself out from the grip and backed away as the actor came out from the crops into the path. He was wearing a heavy winter coat, black jeans, and a blank black face mask. I didn't know what the costume was supposed to be, but I literally yelled, "Go fuck yourself, you actually hurt me." He started running at me, and naturally I turned and ran as fast as I could through the corn to lose him. I yelled back, "I'm reporting you," and I quickly lost him.
He don't get it. He don't get it. He don't care about your Yelp review. He is legit trying to kill you. He don't work there. Clown. Gosh.
I yelled back, "I'm reporting you," and I quickly lost him. After 5 minutes of running straight through the corn as opposed to following the maze of trails, I came to the edge of the maze and went to find an employee.
I just follow anybody.
I reported the actor to the employee. saying he used way too much force to the point that my wrist actually hurt. The employee said he wasn't sure who was wearing the specific costume I described,
because he don't work there.
that he'd look into it. I thanked him, and then I looked at my phone. I had a missed call from James. I called him back to ask where the three of them were. He said they tried finding me, then they gave up and went to the haunted trail in the woods. I said I'd meet them and hung up. I walked over to the start of the trail, where they had the Halloween ambiance blasting through a bunch of speakers placed throughout. I stepped into the woods, feeling like I was the only one around besides.
After all this just happened, you went back by yourself to go into the woods. These are the kind of stories. If something happened, I don't send me the GoFundMe link. It's hard for me to have sympathy because it's like,
placed throughout. I stepped into the woods, feeling like I was the only one around besides my friends.
You are!
I tried playing catch up to my friends when I stopped in my tracks after spotting him again, blocking the path. It was the guy in the coat and black mask. He didn't even give me time to react or say something. Right away, he started legit charging full speed at me.
Run back!
I turned right and ran into the woods, expecting to lose him easier.
Do he not know how to run back? I don't get this story. I don't. I'm sorry, calm down. I don't. If I follow a path, all right, I'm walking down here. Boom, boom, turn to the left. Oh, snap, I see you, the killer. I'm not gonna go off to another spot I don't know. No, I'm gonna turn around, go back the way I came because I know it was just employees over there. I don't get this story. Just put me in a scary movie already, man. I'm about to show you how to survive. I'm gonna be way on part 9. They gonna be like, damn, they just not killing Charlie in this series. Like, no.
Charging full speed at me. I turned right and ran into the woods, expecting to lose him easier. This time I called back, I'm calling the police. I wasn't actually, but I thought that might get this guy to just leave me alone.
He don't care.
I ran deeper into the woods until I didn't hear him chasing me anymore. Then I sat down on the root of a tree to catch my breath. I had time to think, and one of my thoughts was, did that guy really follow me from the corn maze to here?
I'm
Then
surprised
I
you
heard
think.
footsteps approaching. And of course, at that exact moment, my iPhone started ringing. I silenced my phone, but now the footsteps had stopped. I pushed myself up off the root quietly and leaned to the side to get a view past the tree. It looked clear. I started to run back towards the path of the attraction and immediately spotted him to my right. I said to myself, fuck it. I stopped and told him I'm suing the place because of him. But he...
This is not real. This is not a... I don't care what you tell me. Someone made the story up because they wanted Mr. Nightmare to do their story really bad. This is not real. No way. No way. There's nobody on this planet that is this goofy. Nobody. No one. What you looking at?
myself, fuck it. I stopped and told him I'm suing the place because of him. But he didn't stop running at me. He got to me and pushed me to the floor. I didn't expect it. I was once again in shock. I got back up as fast as I could before he could get on top of me and booked it.
Sound like a
He
bad
chased
porno.
me, but when I got back to the path towards the entrance of the attraction, he stopped and turned around.
Cause he don't work there.
I went straight to the little front office shack and asked for a manager. Some older guy greeted me, and I told him about the guy who was chasing me and attacking me. The man said they didn't have any actors wearing that specific attire, so he called the police, and eventually I got my friends to meet me where I was. I stayed to describe the happening to the police when they showed up. I didn't have any marks to show them, but they still took a report and the place was closed for the night. We all went home after that. I haven't been to any haunted attractions ever since.
Yeah, you need to go to the library. You need to play with your brain a little bit because it needs some exercise, and like it really does. It was a funny story I had that was similar to this. I was gonna tell you, but I'm gonna tell you at the end because this just peed me off. Like this, I call it cap or stupid. I don't know. just messed my whole mode up.
The year I turned 13, my friend invited me and 2 other friends to stay at his house on Halloween night. He had a fairly large house outside of our town, and it was the perfect place to go trick-or-treating. We decided it would be cool to go now to get sweets for a movie. So fast forward, we were near the end of our trick-or-treating, and at one house, a woman answered the door. She was tall and skinny with shoulder-length hair. Her house was disgusting. We could smell the odor of cigarettes from inside.
I don't want no candy from that house.
She was quick to tell us that there were no more sweets left. However, she could go try to find something for us.
I don't know.
After a couple minutes of waiting, she comes back with an old brown paper bag with old-looking candy inside. We kindly deny the bag and tell her we're getting picked up, so we better go. She grabs one of my friends and says, "No, please." But my friend pulls away from her,
Girl, if you don't let
and
me
she quickly shuts the door. We knocked on a few more houses before hearing something going on near the parking lot of the housing complex. Someone exclaims, "They took my child, they took her, they took her." It was her,
lady. I know
that
it.
woman. And that was my friend's parents' car that she was banging on. She was throwing herself at the car and hitting it with her fists. A couple of neighbors came out due to the commotion. They
I'd be her bony. Man, if you don't get up out of here.
seemed to know who she was. They apologized to us and said it was a big misunderstanding. We quickly got into the car, and my friend's mom started driving us out. But we don't get far before the woman jumps in front of the car, claiming one of us was her child.
Man.
The neighbors once again pulled her
Mama hit her ass. She like it.
away.
That's my ass in the back
It was
seat.
later that night, however, when things truly began. We stayed up late like any teenagers
Her
do
again.
at sleepovers, and we watched some scary movies. Out of
Good night.
nowhere, the light turned on in the hall. We could see it under the closed door of the bedroom. We assumed it was my friend's parents who were about to come in to tell us to get some sleep. However, no one came in. I decided to have a peep out the door. Nothing at all. My friends joined me to see why the lights suddenly turned on. Out of nowhere,
Oh, you got
my
there.
friend
You go.
says, "It's her." And through a large window facing the backyard, we see that woman standing there, looking in.
Oh,
And the
shit.
second she saw us stare at her, she ran away. Disturbed by this, we came back inside the bedroom and locked the door. We were obviously quite shaken up by this. Who is she? What does she want? We sat around for an hour, nervous, on high alert. However, we eventually did somehow manage to fall asleep. That morning, my friend's mom told us the situation at the housing complex shook her up so much that she thought she had seen that woman standing over her bed in the middle of the night.
Man, you probably hella
Friends and I
did.
never even told her we saw that woman at the house that night.
If I'm your parent, I need to know that information so I can know someone is stalking my kid all the way at even at their own home. Let me calm down. This one, not really getting the horror vibe here today. You know, kind of getting a little meth heads. You know, kind of feel. You know, not really getting the horror here.
My friends and I never even told her we saw that woman at the house that night, which led us to wonder, what if, just maybe what if, that woman actually was inside the house that night?
Bro, I think she low-key was.
Last year, Halloween was on a Wednesday, and because of that, I was home alone. My dad works nights, and my mom was staying with her sister because our parents weren't getting along at the time. My sister was away at college, so it was just me.
Wait, he
left
said
to
who was staying with him? Hold up.
My dad works nights, and my mom was staying with her sister because our parents weren't getting along at the time. My sister was away at college, so it was just me, left to provide for the trick-or-treaters. My dad bought a couple bags of Kit Kats and told me he expected them empty by the end of the night.
Oh, I eat them all.
I don't know why, but my dad takes Halloween seriously.
Hey, I do too. I love
I
it.
didn't get home from classes until around 6, so it was already dark and the kids were out in droves. The second I dropped my bag on the couch, the bell rang, and that went on for some hours. I was getting homework done later on in the night when the trick-or-treaters had mostly gone home. It was sometime past 9 though, I remember that much, and the doorbell rang once more. It was the first time in over half an hour. I went to open the door with a near empty bowl of Kit Kats, expecting some kids, but instead it was just this lone guy, maybe 35 years old.
Boy, you too old, candy.
He
Close the door.
waved at me with a neutral expression on his face. I didn't open the storm door. I kind of just watched him, ready to shut the door on him. He stopped waving, then reached for the handle to the storm door and pulled it open.
No. See, as a kid, you gotta play it off because he probably think you're by yourself. You gotta be like as you sitting there watching, you gotta play it off like, Dad! That way he'll think like he call your dad, because at that point he might dip. But as you saying that, close the door too. But if he know you home alone, then that plan ain't gonna work. I don't know what to tell you to do next. At that point,
he stopped
you kinda
waving,
screwed.
then reached for the handle to the storm door and pulled it open.
What lock?
At that moment, I slammed the door shut in his face and locked it. I texted my family group chat that some old guy just tried opening the door. My dad joked that if he does it again, go outside and teach him a lesson.
If my kid tell me, like, yo, this older guy, this old man just tried to open the door and come in here, I'm doing the dash all the way home. I could be reacting to BTS right now, because right now the horror is not doing it right now. These are all cap stories.
I texted my family group chat that some old guy just tried opening the door. My dad joked that if he does it again, go outside and teach him a lesson.
Do it again.
I decided that was it with opening the door for the night. I went back up to my room to finish my homework. Soon, I heard yelling coming from outside. I lost my patience and eventually got up to see what was going on. I slid open my window and looked down, and there was that man again down below, looking up at my—
That's up when you peek out the window, you gotta do like a little bit. You can't just open it. You gotta be like so you can look through it, and then that way if somebody like look, then boom, you just moving that little bit of close. Cause for them it'd be hard to see because they far away, even though he probably staring hard as hell. But still, you don't just open that mug, clown.
I slid open my window and looked down, and there was that man again down below, looking up at my window, shouting at me. He was mainly yelling that he needed help finding his son.
Man, you better look from yourself.
I didn't believe him for a second. I texted my family again. My dad just said, ignore it, he'll go away. I left my room and shut off the light so that he'd go away. Then I went to the basement, which had no windows.
Oh my God, this is a lie. This is a lie. There's no parent. There's no parent listening to this story who would believe that. My son called me, ring, yo, this old man just tried to break in the house, whatever, while I'm here. He just tried to open the door, come in. If you do it again, son, what do it? I'm like, son, go get the gun. You know where it's at. Press panic. That way the alarm will start going off now, and I'm on the way. Get the house already going. That way dude is ready to go. There's no way he's going to tell me again, like, yo, I look out the window, man. He just standing in my window. Whoa, ignore. Your daddy probably setting you up. That's probably what's going on here. This is probably one of those stories. I just started watching this movie called Killer Cases on, I think, Hulu or Netflix. I don't know what it's on. But, yo, it is good. But, yeah, your daddy gonna be on there.
Room and shut off the light so that he'd go away. Then I went to the basement, which had no windows. I hung out down there to do my work, and all was quiet for a while. Then, flick, the power went out. My initial thought,
Your daddy ain't
that
shit.
man outside tinkered with the electric box outside of the house. I stayed in contact with my family the whole time. After a few minutes,
called
I
police
heard
yet?
the floorboards creaking above my head. Someone, as if I couldn't guess who, was inside the house. My mom, dad, and sister all texted me to call the cops.
Oh, now
I
they want
stayed
the
put in the
cops.
basement, as it was the safest place at this point. The cops were en route. All I had to do was wait. The basement door then opened, and we stepped down the stairs, only halfway though.
Oh, we got a weapon.
Even without power, a little bit of light from the upstairs poured into the basement, enough for me to see his legs. He was standing on the middle step of the staircase,
Oh, my God.
and I swear he just stood there for like 2 minutes. I heard him mumbling stuff. I won't even pretend I could understand any of it. After the longest, most painfully uncomfortable moment of my life, the man said into the basement, "I can see you."
Don't move, no,
The
you
whole
can't.
time,
He
his
can't.
legs were actually facing me. Was he actually looking at me that whole time? Still, I didn't move.
Yup.
Nor did he.
Yup.
He continued to stand there until there was a bang at the front door.
Don't move.
Then he walked up the stairs, shut the door, and I heard creaking above again. I waited 20 seconds before running upstairs to the front door. By that time, it seemed the man had left my house, because the cops couldn't find him, even with my help. Stupidly, I left the back door unlocked, so he simply let himself in.
Clown.
As for the power, he messed with the electric box outside, as I predicted. I don't know if he did this on Halloween intentionally, or if it was just a coincidence, but something was wrong with that man. He didn't belong out in the streets.
That's why you need a daddy and brothers and uncles. Because I guarantee if that would happen to me or any of my little brothers, I guarantee you it'd be like 30 ninjas at his house next day beating his old ass. I guarantee you. If I'm a kid and this happened, it don't matter. If I'm young and you old, you trying to break in to get me, I guarantee you. And I'm like, that's crazy the way they beat the brakes off that old man the other day. You saw that? I'm saying, bro, look. hey, you earned that one. I don't care.
Something was wrong with that man. He didn't belong out in the streets.
Hey, that one was kind of good, even though I feel like it was still stupid. That one was kind of good.
Halloween night. I don't know what year it was, but it was probably like 4 years ago, and it was a Saturday. I'll keep this short and to the point. My friend Tanner and I were set on doing something scary that night, and that ended up being a visit to the abandoned house way up the road from our campus.
On Halloween,
It was at the top of the hill, and some students referred to it as the Blair Witch House, simply because it sat all by itself on an enclosed property, and it had been abandoned for years. So, come 10 o'clock, Tanner drove us all the way up the road and parked his car in the dirt outside of the property. We walked up the hill to the house, and even just seeing the unlit house standing in the dark gave me goosebumps. We both came with backpacks full of tools like flashlights, knives just in case,
no gun.
And he even brought a crowbar. Surprisingly, he didn't need it though, because the front door was already cracked open. This is where the flashlights came in, because of course the inside was as dark as it gets. The house seemed to be scrapped for just about everything, because nothing was left except junk. Nothing very exciting. Then there was a thump from upstairs. Tanner and I looked at each other, and we agreed to go upstairs and check it out.
No!
He led the way up the stairs, which were extremely rickety. We got to the top, and there was a...
You're in an old house. Every little step, every step you take is gonna make a sound. You gonna try to go up some steps in the old house, and the person's already above you. They got advantage. They know someone's coming from below. You don't know what's up there, what to expect every step.
Up the stairs, which were extremely rickety. We got to the top, and there was a small hall with 3 doors. We passed the first room, which was a tiny bedroom with an old collapsed bed frame still in there. There was a second door on the left. This one led to an empty bathroom. There was one more door, this one on the right of the hall. We stepped inside. This bedroom was definitely the master bedroom. There was a bed frame sitting in the center of the room still. There was once carpet on this wood floor, which had apparently been ripped away over the years. We stepped fully inside the room, looking for what could have made the thumping sound.
I hope you find it.
Bang. The door to the room slammed shut,
Whoa!
a white flash that filled the room.
Whoa!
Then another.
Get me out of
It
here.
seemed like camera flashes. Tanner screamed and opened the door back up to flee the room. I did the same.
Boy, I'm out of there, Tanner.
Neither of us looked for whoever was in there with us.
But they got your
In the
picture.
moment, we were way too scared. We ran back to
You
the...
know how scared me? A door closed and someone take your picture? Even if you get away the whole time, you're like, this mug know what I look like. He gonna scan it and find my social media. Damn, this one good. Why the last one gotta be good, man? Dang, I mean the others were good too, but they were just like, nah, that was dumb, that was cap.
Whoever was in there with us. In the moment, we were way too scared. We ran back to the car, and Tanner drove us back to campus. A week later, Tanner sent me a picture through text. He was holding a photograph in the picture. It was of the 2 of us in that bedroom of the house. He said they were left under his windshield wiper in the parking lot of our dorm building. I told him throw them away and park somewhere else from now on.
It don't matter.
We only told a few close friends about this, and we never went near that house again.
It don't matter. That one was good. The Blair Witch House got your identity. That's what you get for being goofy. And you know how much. Let me tell you why that is so much more creepier. Hold up. The reason why this is like so much more creepier, because that's gonna forever trip you out because you just don't know what to do. You know these people know what you look like 100%. They got picture proof. They'll never forget. And if they start to forget, they can look at it again. Left it on your your windshield on your car. They know what school y'all go to, so they already watching y'all right there. Bam. Every move you make, you don't know who it is. And you know somebody is watching you and probably following you, and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to report because you ain't see not a damn face. The rest of your life is gonna be scary. Every noise you hear when you at home gonna trip you out. That is some creepy-ish. I like that one right there, bro. I like that one. That is so creepy-ish. Cause man, oh my gosh, bro. But either way it go, I wish they all could have been that good. But that first one, I think I told you all the story before, so I'm gonna make it real quick. All right, so with my cousin, when you get to the end of a haunted house, whatever, usually something hop out and chase you. Like I did on the first one, something chase you. That's what happens. I didn't know that, bro. Me and my cousin, hey, what up, Brandon? He subs to this channel too. Hey, so me and B, we get to the end. All I hear is like a chainsaw. Man, I grabbed my cousin, like, cause he was in front of me. I grabbed him like by his collar and was like, whoosh, sacrifice, nigga. And I just, I was going, I'm sorry, cousin. We were young, bro. I didn't know what to do. I was like, and the messed up part is his mom the one who took us, right? So she in the van waiting by the exit gate, whatever. So I get there first. I open the door. She's like, "Where Brandon?" I'm like, "Oh shit! I think I just killed your son." I go, put this in drive. Let's go.